Hey, wait. It's not started yet, yeah?
Oh, when do you want it to start?
Wait, lean, the drink.
Yeah.
Jam on you. Let me get it. I need something to sip.
So, we saw you getting handcuffed outside. How did that make you feel just before this interview?
It didn't make me really feel nothing that I don't already know or used to, because it happens. It's regular around here, really.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what to expect. Did you get it? Yeah, really. Pretty much.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So you came on the scene 2 years ago with Sav. What inspired you to do music?
Music, being from this area, knowing that Nines and everyone doing music, like the impact it had for everyone, like it was good. And even before that, I used to always want to rap. Like I'd make up bars at home or do things. I was good at English in school, so like poems, I'm good at making poems. So when I thought of it, I put it into music. With a beat, it sounded better than just writing a poem. It's like a story behind with like music, so people can dance and enjoy it. Yeah.
And so you mentioned Nines. Is he one of your inspirations?
Yeah, pretty much, because he made it. So he made it known to all of us that there's a way out other than doing things on the road, or there's actually a way out. Pretty much, yeah.
And is there any reason you choose to do drill in particular?
Drill, the reason why I do drill, because the new generation music, even though I listened and grew up on rap, drill weren't music what we listened to as kids or what your parents would play. But when it came out of something like a lot of the younger generation could grip onto as it was new, as like a buzz, like to rap and drill something new. Even though it originated in Chicago, it came into England itself, London mainly, and people had the twist to it, like it was different, yeah.
So do you know any of your Chicago favourite drill artists? Can you name them?
Yeah, pretty much. See, me when it comes to like music, I stick with the side. Like I don't listen. Like if I pick one side, like Chicago for example, I listen to like Chief Keef. I grew up listening to Chief Keef high school days, so I've always been on that side. So I listen to all the artists that's coming out on that side, mainly like Little Dirt. They went down to Von, all upcoming artists from that part of town, not the other side. So that, yeah.
So with Sav going to jail, do you think that motivated you to go harder in your music career?
Yeah, because before we went to jail, he was more of the one who was pushing us to do more music, but we never really went that way. We was too like out here, really. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We thought we had all the time in the world. So when he went, it was like a wake up call. Like, yeah, we should have been doing this. Things could have been different. So my aim is to push and get further before he comes out, so that when he comes out, he got our advance, basically, yeah.
You and QT have become a duo that everyone loves to hear. What is it about you two that makes your tracks work?
It's not really a duo in a sense where we do make music together, but that's what we decide to do because fans like it better when they hear us. So sometimes we give them more of a duo, then we'll have our solos, then mix with other people that we've mixed with many other artists, including from Churchwood as well, that's not out there yet or put anything out there. Yeah.
So she mentioned Q2. Who else do you want to work with?
I would work with other people based on what my fans think, or people with different sounds, not really drill artists because they don't really have nothing to offer other than the same type of sound. I like to make new music where people think they wouldn't class it as drill, so I'd rather feature artists like who make Afro and type of music, rap music, everyone outside the genre, because it would be different to hear it mixed with my style, because I have a Jamaican type of twist in it now, so it's not just drill, it's different there.
So you have appeared on Nines' album. How does it make you feel that someone from the Ends album did so well and you were able to be a part of it?
Feels good because he gave us recognition from that, so it's a bigger audience, so fans we didn't have listen to us because the album actually done numbers, it went #1, so it was a good look. It was a good look, yeah. It was a good look, knowing from the outsiders, everyone looking at it would say like, yeah, like it's good to say you're a part of an album that's done, made history, especially from the area that we're from, yeah.
With the growing amount of people gaining commercial success in the UK, does it motivate you more to do music?
The more people getting out, it's like you can do it too. the harder it is. If you saw no one doing it, it would be like, "Wow, this is hard. Well, I better go down that route." But loads of people are making it through the new drill. What's going on? So way out.
And what you actually talk about in your songs, is that your real life? Is that what you do?
It depends. It's a, for me to say, it's like most things are stories, what's taken place or I've seen or known about. Like, not everything has to be 100% about me all the time. But it's like the life we live, what other people who are from different areas, just like Church Road, would understand that people actually go on, or people don't understand that go on. It's for us to like put it out there in music, but in a good way as well. It's a bit of both, really. Because like some people say drill influences badness, but I don't really think it's that sometimes. Nah.
No.
Nah.
You don't think there's
not the music.
correlation?
Music can hype you up in a sense, but you're not. When you're doing certain things or violence, you're not listening to the music at that point in time. Do you get it? So it can't be the music that's doing anything. The music is what you listen to when you're doing whatever, driving, cooling, like it's a sound really.
So, you've incorporated a dancehall infused sound to your drill tracks. What inspired that sound?
Dancehall. What inspired it was like around my friends and that we have banter, so I always do like Jamaican banter with my friends. And same as that with music, we'll mess about, freestyle around each other, do funny stuff in Jamaican, but everyone always used to say, why didn't you pull it into the track? But I didn't find it, like, I didn't think it would have done well, in my opinion. I'm thinking, why hasn't no one done it? But it doesn't matter if no one's done it. If someone took the idea and I saw someone done it, I would have been like, oh right, like, so I pushed it one day. One day I was like, yeah, let me just see how it sounds. In the studio, messing about, we had a different beat. He said, can we make a dancing type beat to come off it? Because with the Jamaican thing, Jamaican artists are dancehall, they usually make people dance and party. So to put that into drill, we wanted to know what it would sound like and how it did had the effect. It was like, we can still talk how we talk, but cut around it in certain ways to make people like it. People who don't really like drill would like that because it's different.
And you want to give us some of your Jamaican fatwa?
Oh man, not on the spot like this.
No, not today.
Not today, not today.
Okay, next question. So, what are some of the unexpected difficulties you face when entering the music scene?
Certain songs that you may like and think would do well, other people might not like it. Like, it's good to take opinions from everyone, so especially information, it's not always good to take advice from friends. Some friends might like music because they found it hard, but it's always good to look from people outside of your camp to hear what they think of it. That's what the difficulties are, not really picking a song and it's not doing well, and then the song that you think wouldn't do well actually does well. That's the difficulty, really. Yeah.
And you said like songs that you like might not do well, but would you ever become more commercial just for the hits?
In my opinion, I don't really think it's the commercial side that really gets you the buzz. It's the underground side, like the rawness, the raw content of the music itself is what all fans like. Because most artists, when they go commercial, it's like they go downhill. Only some can keep it up, but when you keep it how you are, that's what will get further. But commercial, not commercial really, yeah. Not for now, not for now.
Not yet.
Not yet, nah.
And is there any artists that you'd like to work with?
Any artists I'd like to work with? Not that I could think of. I've got features at the moment from other artists as well. I'm not gonna really speak about, but that's for a project. But there's not really an artist that I'd really want to feature at the moment. Not saying that there's not any hard artists, they're all hard, but not for my type of idea, what I have for the music. I wouldn't feature right now, because I've already got those covered with the ones, yeah.
Okay, so do you believe the authenticity of someone's rap has an effect on whether you'd like to collab with them?
Obviously that's different, it depends with numbers what they're doing, because most rappers that's doing this don't really do what they say, so it's like, how would you know? You're not from their area, and you're always going to hear two sides to a story about everything anyway. So it's like, I'm not looking at that, whether they're talking, I'm looking at whether it's going to benefit me, what did they have to offer. So to feature artists, we both have to be offering each other, like, to make a buzz basically. Like, he has good streams, I have good streams, so let's make a song because it'll do numbers. It can't be, obviously not saying that you wouldn't feature people who's coming up. I would do that personally for people in my area, because you will see the success in them, that you can see that someday they will blow or something will happen. So it's like that, yeah.
And it's hard to have longevity in the music scene. What do you plan to do in order to make sure you stay in the spotlight?
Make sure every track you drop is on point. Even if you feel like you can just drop something, it always counts to make sure every song is good, whether you don't want it to. Some rappers are lazy. Like I see some rappers drop good songs and sometimes they drop bad songs and you're like, why? Even me, I've done it before. Like sometimes you get confused in what way to go. Which you get, like me as a rapper, I make so much songs, like people wouldn't know, but I have so much songs in a folder, but because we're just making them and not dropping them, we're sitting on them. So some songs are better, you're not knowing, you're getting lost thinking, the new one's better than the last one, but the one you made a year ago sounds better than all of them. But because it's old, you wouldn't want to drop it. Do you get it? So it's good to know. Keep strong songs, keep a good like profile of your song. Especially with features, make sure you always bank the person you're up against. So it's like,
So, it's hard to have longevity in the music scene. What do you plan to do in order to make sure you stay in the spotlight?
Stay in the spotlight, so stay relevant at all times. Make sure all your music work is good and on point. Like, I think every song you drop, you should come harder than the last song. That's what fans like. You can't drop a hard song and the next one weak. It don't make sense. I think you lose out. Like certain fans will go each time. Whereas if you keep going hard, and especially on features, when you feature other people, if you spank them, their fans will think, yeah, this guy's hard, I'm gonna check him out. That's how it goes.
So what else have you got plans for the next few months?
I've got another tape what I'm a part of called Super Villains. Couple features with some rappers. I got international features as well as that. I'm trying to fly out and go shoot a video abroad. I do a proper video in Jamaica, probably for December now, coming up by the end of December. I've got features with upcoming artists like Scream from Church Road, as well as that, and some solos, as I really don't drop solos, so I'm going to put out more solos for next year, what I've already made now. That's ready.
That sounds good. And you said international artists, are any of them Jamaican artists?
Jamaican, not yet. That's why I'm going Jamaica as well. When I go, I'm going to reach out there. But American, yeah, and Canadian, basically, yeah. International network.
Any clues? No?
I wouldn't want to reveal it yet, yeah, because it's going to be on a tape, that's why.
Okay.
A tape that I'm making a separate project.
Okay, last question. Is there anything that you would love to achieve by the end of your music career?
Everyone around me, family, everyone to be in a good position than they was before all of it. So I want everyone to be up rather than me just gone. That's what I want by the end of the music career, for everyone around me, yeah.
So, thank you for coming on. We've really enjoyed the interview. Obviously, we're sorry about what happened earlier that we saw.
That's all right.
Happens all the time, but things need to change.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chappo.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me as well.